So full transparency, this video was made in the past, and I was scared to show it on YouTube then, but I've realized if I want our bond to be stronger, then you need to see all of me. So I'm not going to be afraid anymore, and I can only hope that you appreciate what this video is. It's me dealing with my own problems, my own obstacles, and facing them head on. So that being said, let's roll into it. All right, today's the day. It ends now, and I am done running from this. I fight this every year, and it eats away at my soul. I'm scared. My heart's beating fast. I'm afraid I'm gonna be judged differently now. But I know if I don't get through this, then the other half of me wins. And I am not gonna let that person win. I am a different person now. I am better. And I'm gonna get through this, whatever it takes. So I'm gonna face this head on. It just sucks, man. It sucks so bad. But I'm gonna do it. So, major life event that messed me up. Changed my whole world. I say imagine a pane of glass, colorful, vibrant. It just looks beautiful, right? You take a hammer and you just shatter it. That was my life. And you know what caused it? My parents' divorce. And it wasn't just the divorce. My parents split up multiple times in my life before I was even 15. And I don't blame them. I used to blame my mom. I'll get into that, but I just want my parents to know, because I'm sure they're going to watch this, that I don't hate them. I don't care whose fault it was. I don't blame anybody. It hurt me. And I learned a lot from that experience. In fact, I've learned so much that I base my life sometimes on that experience. Like how I want to raise my kids in the future, or what my marriage, like how I see my marriage if I ever get married. But I respect my parents. I love my parents, and I love them both equally. But they have to recognize that this is about me. And I swear, I might get a little mad or heated in this talk, but I swear if I get a call from one of them telling me about their side, I'm gonna flip out, because this is not about them. This is about me, and I am gonna be heard. And this is what I was scared of. I don't know how I'm gonna act. I don't know what's coming out of my mouth next. I am really embracing my feelings right now. And I gotta get it out. That beast. I talked about that beast, and it's there, man. So, let's get into it, right? I used to be a very cheerful kid. I laughed, I smiled, just like any other kid. I had so much fun. And doing good in school, no problems there. Well, I don't remember what happened, but my parents were fighting. And I think I might have come home from school, because I used to walk home. And they were just yelling. A lot of yelling. And I go up the stairs, open their bedroom door, and they're yelling at each other, and I don't even know what they're yelling about. But all I remember is my mom and dad, they said that they were separating, or giving each other space, or I don't know. But I just remember when I heard that was the first moment I hated the world. where I thought to myself, these aren't my parents. How can my parents want to leave each other? Why would they do that? And all I could think about was, those aren't my parents. They would never do that. I was in such denial, and I just remember getting so mad. I wasn't sad first. I was mad that they would do something like that to me. I was just a kid. I was just thinking about myself. And I remember yelling at them and screaming and telling them that they weren't my parents. And it was so bad. And my dad, he had to hold me down. I remember him holding me down and telling me if I didn't knock it off, that there was going to be people coming to take me away. I'm assuming he meant like Child Protective Service or something. And I remember him telling me, he's like, do you want that to happen? Do you want people to take you away from us? And that's when I started getting sad, because I didn't want that to happen. I didn't want to lose my parents. So I stayed quiet, minding my own business. My parents split up. And that was the time that I hated the world. I didn't care about anything. Because what I thought was love, what I thought things were worth fighting for, like, my parents were like the example to me, what I wanted my life to be like, and it got shattered. I couldn't look at them like that anymore. So, life goes on, right? I'm going through middle school. Parents are split apart right now. Just going through life. I didn't care about people. I had friends, but I didn't really connect with them. I kind of kept my distance because I didn't want to be alone. That's what I was feeling, was alone. Luckily, I had a best friend I got to make, and we're still friends, and that's awesome. But that feeling, I buried it. I didn't want to deal with it. And because of that, it affected the rest of my life. Well, my parents got back together. And you would think I'd be happy, but I wasn't. I don't remember why. I knew I wasn't happy. I was maybe skeptical. See, I have trust issues, and maybe I lost the trust in my parents a little bit. Like, feeding me a lie. So I watched and just kept trying to comprehend things around me, focusing on school, just keeping my mind off of my parents. Well, they separated again. And this time I didn't care. I wasn't mad. I wasn't sad. I just realized, you know what? These are my parents. This is what they do. Whatever, man. Just whatever. I don't have time to deal with this. I don't have time to care. And I was just trying to get through my life. Luckily, I had an aunt. She was awesome. And she was a big part of my life. And she was the light for me. Always trying to make me happy and cheerful and thinking about me. And I hope wherever she is, she's doing good. 'Cause I don't get to see her. Or I don't even know where she's at. But anyways, getting sidetracked. So, parents split up again. Minding my own business. Dealing with my own crap or stuff. Trying not to swear. And parents decide to get back together one more time. And I don't know, something felt different this time. I was like, man, this might actually work out this time and be happy. And I remember we were going to Disneyland. It was Christmas, my favorite holiday, and close to my birthday, right? And we were there for Christmas, and I have this one memory, and this is the one that messes me up every year. We were waiting for the fireworks. Actually, no, we were watching the fireworks. And I could see the fireworks in the sky, and the Christmas music was playing in the background, and my parents were watching it with me. And I just was like, this is my family. We're together again. And I let my guard down. I was like, I can be happy again. And music was playing in the background, and the snow started falling after all the fireworks were over. Well, I had this one memory in my head, and we were all holding each other, hugging. Snow was falling, music, White Christmas was playing, and I treasure that moment. And it was a great memory. Then Christmas comes. Open my presents. Everything's fun and good. And all of a sudden, my mom just leaves the house. And I'm thinking to myself, what just happened? And my dad had to explain to me, at this time, they're getting a divorce. See, all the other times, they just split up. They were still married. But this time, he actually used the word divorce. And that's why Christmas is my favorite and also most miserable holiday. Because every year, I set up my tree, get everything decorated. It's good. It's fun, right? And then I'm reminded of that one memory, and that was my family, and that's something I won't get back. My family won't ever be like that again, and it hurts. And then that's when I started to hate my mom. I hated her. I despised her. I didn't want to see her, talk to her. I don't want to say dead, because I didn't think that, but she was a part of my life still. She'd go to my scout meetings, and I didn't even look at her. I was just disgusted that she would walk out on me. Not even my dad. No, she walked out. I can't sugarcoat it, and I don't mean this to sound mean or hurtful or anything. I understand now why she did it, and I've forgiven her since then. But at the time, I was just mad at her for doing what she did. And so yeah, 6 months went by. I just kept hating her. And then one day I realized, like, there are kids in the world that don't get to know their parents, don't know who they are. Some people lose them. Some people walk out of their lives and don't come back. And I thought to myself, am I really going to throw the relationship with my mom away? And I said, no, I don't want that. And that's when I told myself, I will bury this pain just so I can build that relationship with my mom, because I love her. So time went on. I tried to get to know my mom again and be with her and, love her. Loved my dad. But then what happened was I started hating myself. I started hating myself because I never thought I could hate my parents.
I didn't really hate my dad. I hated my mom. And what kind of kid does that? What kind of kid who has parents that look out for him and care about him? I knew my parents loved me. I knew my parents did the best that they could. And I felt ashamed because I felt like I just, like I was being selfish, because I remember talking to my mom about this, and she told me to get over it. She told me, you gotta let it go. And I got mad. I was like thinking to myself, are you kidding me? You know what you put me through? And I did get mad. I didn't show it at the time. I let it go at the time, but I was mad. And then since I've been with my dad out here, I tried sharing it with him too. He tells me the same thing. You gotta let it go. I know it hurts and I know it sucks, but you can't let it keep eating at you, right? And I couldn't let go, because I felt like I had to pay the price for how I treated my parents, how I felt about them in the course of my life. I loved them, but at the same time, I hated them too for what they did to me. And I don't want an apology, because they didn't do anything wrong. They were just trying to live their lives and trying to be happy. So I'm mad at myself, because I felt like it made things worse. And so it's like I don't deserve to be happy. Now, since then, I'm learning that I do deserve to be happy, that I do deserve to not keep hurting myself, to not torture myself like this. And I think I made a breakthrough last year, because I went through this all over again. But I told myself that, yeah, the memory I have of my family, my mom, my dad, and me together at Disneyland underneath the snow, that may be gone, but it'll always be in my heart. And I know one day, and this is what I tell myself now, one day I'll have my own family, and I'm going to bring them to Disneyland during Christmas, and I'm going to recreate that new memory and new happiness, and know that it means something so special to me. And I think this year I'm going to push through and remind myself of that, and I can let go and just remember the good times, because there were good times with my parents. There were fun times, and I'm not denying any of that. It's just, for some reason, I remember the bad, and I held on to that pain and the anger, and I've tried to hide it, and I shouldn't. I need to accept it, let go of it, and be a better me. I don't know if this made it better. It feels good. It does. I just hope my parents understand. and I love them, and I'm sorry. I know that sounds weird to say, but I feel like I'm the one that should be apologizing for the things that I thought or did or whatever. And that feels good. I think I can move on now. I actually think I can move on now. And I know the battles ahead aren't going to be easy, but those were the two hardest things in my life that I needed to face. My parents' divorce and my horrible thought. There's other things in my life that have caused me pain, but they're not going to be as bad as these ones were. And I'll share them in due time, because I want people to understand my struggles, what I face, what I deal with, and how I'm overcoming them. Because if I can do it, then anyone else can do it too. I think that's all for today. That was hard, but it's like I'm hugging myself, and I can be proud of that. Till next time.